Hello, hello. Let's see. I think the audio is working. I have no idea. I'm testing new stuff again, cause, cause why not? Um, it's been a while since I've been here. This feels slightly awkward. Hello, Michelle. It's been a while. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Can you hear me? I am, yeah, testing new stuff. Ah, it's been a while. Baby cakes! Hello, hello. So, yeah, I have been busy with summer, kids, just a lot of things. And now I get a little bit of time to hang out. So I'm just taking the opportunity to do so. How are you doing today? As you can maybe tell, I am working on something that hasn't been seen here before because it hasn't been here before. Your youngest gets married in 3 weeks? Oh, that is awesome. So some preparations to be done now. I have a shawl. Now it's upside down, but we can see the beginning and it's fading from the white to the turquoise, and it will end up with this dark blue. So that's what I'm working on here. And I've been working on this for a bit on the bus. It's my bring where I'm going type of project because that's needed. But I recently started this one just a little bit ago, like, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Yeah, I just haven't been able to be here. You're gonna do a local yarn crawl today? It's a me day for sure if you're doing that. That sounds fun. A lot of fun. I hope you're gonna enjoy that. So, not just have I been working on this, and the plan was to be working on this, but I need to talk about some stuff because I haven't been here for a while. I have new yarn. I went to Rita's yesterday. She spoiled me. I love that woman. Her and her mom are just awesome. So I got some new yarn and I got some candy. I like candy. I wasn't expecting to come home with all the candy I came home with. I think I'm going to start with the candy. I know probably a few of you will recognize this candy. I went to Rita's yesterday. I've been sick. She's been sick. We could finally meet. I took this bag with me to her with her birthday present in it. You can't really tell what's in here, or like how big it is on screen, but it is like really big. Okay, her birthday present was in here. These are reusable bags. It's actually Merry Christmas bag. But it's fine. I'm just reusing these. I love them. And then she filled it up with candy and sent it back with me. You know. You want to come visit? Yes, you should. Oh, and there was some other stuff that ended up in here too, like some crafty stuff from Mini Me. This like watercolor book. I guess you just paint with water and the colors appear, and then it dries and you can redo it. So she got one with the mermaid and one with like zoo animals. So that's really cute. So yeah, those were also in there. Not just candy. And then we had, this is candy that she didn't like and her hubby didn't like. So I just got it's just dark 90% cocoa, just dark chocolate, and a dark 70% cocoa sea salt chocolate. They just didn't like him. So then they go with me. The rest, however, is US candy. So I'm in Sweden. And US candy isn't something that I just get willy-nilly, right? And Rita had, through the help of another YouTuber, obsessive crochet lady Amanda in Florida, Rita had her go shopping for her and then ship some yarn and candy over to Sweden. So this is what Rita wanted to share with me from what was shipped from Florida. We got some Ghirardelli sea salt caramel milk chocolate. This is a brand that I have heard about, and I've seen a lot of people doing like cake decorations using Ghirardelli chocolate. So I guess it's kind of a popular type of chocolate, or like at least in baking world, a good brand. So I got that. And some of these I've had before and some I have not. But Rita loves her Dove chocolate because she can eat them. She's got allergy issues, and Dove chocolate is a chocolate she can eat, no problem. So I got one of these mixed bags with milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate caramel. I know I got to try all of these in the past because she had them. So she's just like, here with the coffee when I've been there, she's like throwing some candy because you know a chocolate with coffee is needed, right? Yeah, and this one we actually opened. She got more like multiple of these bags, so yeah, she kept some for herself and just gave me a few. Sea salt caramel chocolate. So yeah, I did munch on this. It was yummy. I like it. I don't think you can go wrong with chocolate, to be honest. And then this one was an odd one for me because it's a tiramisu flavored, and I've never tried any candy that's like tiramisu. I've only had the dessert as it is, so I didn't even know that this was a thing. But yeah, I did get to try this as well because she opened a bag of hers and just, yeah. I think she got 4 bags of this, but it is yummy. I agree. And I think, oh yeah, I got, what was these called? Tootsie Rolls? Is that what it's called? Tootsie Fruit Chews. Fruit Chews, Tootsie. Okay, yeah, I got some of those. I did like the green and the yellow one. They were yummy, so I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna share some with the kids, I promise. But the kids, they have enough because this humongous bag, I don't even know if we can get bags like this here, and this size. Carnival candy, or Candy Carnival, it's 55.5 ounces. 1.57 kilos. Like, I know we can get big bags of stuff here, but not this big, unless you're like a business. I guess it's lollipops and whatever, lollipops and chewing gums and I don't know, a bunch of things. My kids are they have candy until I don't even know. It's gonna be useful. Probably for like Halloween. There's gonna be candy left for Halloween, so this is gonna be useful for that. But this is just a ridiculous amount of candy. Yeah, it's just so huge. Halloween time or bulk store size. Yeah, I don't know where these were bought, but I know the yarn mostly was bought at Walmart, so I'm guessing they could have this type of big bulk stuff. So yeah, that was the candy. Are we ready for some yarn now? So I just again need to say Rita and her mom are awesome, and I didn't ask for this, but I'm not surprised she did this. There was a time when this yarn just appeared on sale when I couldn't afford it. I've been working on the lava poncho. You guys might know what that is, but I have a poncho that is lava inspired that I've been working on, and I felt that it wasn't big enough, So I was like, let's get the solid color to match to continue making it bigger. And I occasionally I do have a little bit of yarn budget. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna order that when it gets on sale at some point. And then for other reasons, I ordered some other yarn. And of course, when I had already ordered that, like a week and a half later, this yarn goes on sale. And I was like, yeah, just typical. So I just needed to like vent to Rita. I was like, yeah, it's just, isn't it just typical that when I order yarn and the other yarn that I want goes on sale the week after? And she's like, what colors is it that you need? I was like, yeah, it's the red and the black one of this Sultan Solid, because I'm using Sultan colored cakes. Or just, yeah, they're called Sultan. I don't know, like I was thinking about getting 2 of each or 3 of each or something. I don't know how much bigger I needed to be. And she's like, done. I was like, what? I was just venting here. Okay, you did not need to go and help me get more yarn so I can finish this. I was like, it's not a hurry. Hello, Stina. Hello, stranger with purple hair. It's kind of like bluish purple. I don't know. Blurple. Yeah, I did that yesterday. It looks a bit intense. I've been very blonde for a while. But it's, she's just awesome. So now I can continue the lava poncho, because now I have more yarn. It's actually very close by. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. So the lava poncho. Okay, now I'm throwing yarn on the ground. Or ground. My floor. It just jumped. So this is squared. Hello, Suzanne. How are you doing? It is a square neckline. But it's also, you can use it as a V front or a square front, because it's got four corners in the neckline. But we're just looking down this one river peak, I guess. So we're starting up here with the snow covered mountain. The lava is yellow because it's really hot, and as it cools down it goes darker, and the mountain also goes darker because it's only snow at the top, and then you see rock, and then you see, like, you know, solidified cooled off lava that's black. So we're down here with the reds and the blacks. And now I have more yarn so that I can make it a lot bigger. I did use 1 of each cake. I do have some yarn still here. So it's a mosaic, is it interlocking, intermeshing, something like that. And it does look a bit different on the other side because we get this the yellow to orange red cake is going on one side, and then on the other side we get the dark, but it's, you know, up the snow mountain-esque part or color on that corner. So it is reversible. It's a little bit of a different effect. You can't really tell that much of a difference, but it is a difference. So it's nice. What a horrible nice excuse to buy yarn. I know, irony may occur just a little bit. And with a little bit, it mean a lot, right? So I have used 1 of each cake for this. And 1 cake is 800 meters. So 2 of this is equivalent to 1 cake. So I have pretty much 2.5 cake of each color, if we look at it that way. So 2.5 cake of each color extra. It's gonna be a nice size. Yes, I did leave with a little bit left off there because I couldn't decide at that point. There was no decisions made. So there's that yarn. But this is not the end. is it barely the beginning? I don't know. Hello, Tracy. How are you doing today? I know you didn't have the greatest of days yesterday. And yeah, I did hear some not so fun news yesterday. We lost someone in the community. Joe Speakman has now left us, unfortunately. Your heart shell is still your favorite. Well, it better be. It's yours now. You got it for a reason, right? Okay, so I 3.25 hook size for the lava poncho. I use 3.25 for most of my Sultan, Dahlia, whatever, that type of yarn. I got some US yarn. Well, I did say that it came from Florida with the help of Obsessive Crochet Lady Amanda. You missed out on a lot of stuff while being on vacation. I've missed out on a lot of stuff too. I'm trying to catch up here. I have a little bit of time in between one thing and another, so yeah. I got some yarn. I got a lot of stuff I want to share. It's just, let's talk about the yarn today. And it's really sad when we lose people in the community. That's what it is. I know that Jessica was talking about auctions and stuff to help her family a little bit, like auctioning off her yarn. So that's Jessica knows more about that, and Tracy probably also knows because she was there, and I don't know enough. I was listening to that live stream while I was fixing my hair. I was like, I'm fixing my hair, let's get some company. I was like, oh, Jessica's live. Maybe not the best news to have as a company while I was dyeing my hair, but it is what it is. So Rita bought all of this yarn sometime during the winter. This is before the Joann's and whatnot. So Rita had no clue what yarn was in this in the box. And I did get some of the yarn when she got a big box from the Joann's clearance. I don't remember who helped her with that, but that was someone else, and that was a big box of yarn. That was like 16 kilos of yarn, and now this box was like 20 and a half kilos of yarn and candy. So it was less yarn, more candy. But it was awesome. And Rita now has 2 furl hooks. I'm gonna get to try them at some point. I'm just gonna figure out a yarn that I have that would work good with trying those. They're 5.5 millimeters, and I usually don't use that. It's not a go-to size for me, so I need to figure out what I could do and just go over there and test them out. But yes, so this granny square yarn, I did get a couple of other ones in colors that doesn't coordinate with this one. Rita got some more of this, but only this one skein with this color. And Rita did not like this color as much as the other one. So she's like, yeah, I don't like it. Take it. Okay. If you say so. It makes nice granny squares if you're patient and diligent. That's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try and see if I can recreate these granny squares the way they're supposed to be. But I also want to see, how does this yarn look when it's worked out in a different stitch? Because I don't think I've ever seen that. I've only heard people or seen people work with it, trying to make the squares and either liking it, hating it, failing miserably, acing it, but like, what else? I've never really seen anyone do anything else with it except trying, either failing or succeeding, and then nothing, right? So I need to figure it out. I need to check it out. And I do like these like greeny blue colors. It is nice. It's, I don't know if it's like creamy beige. It's not a white, like maybe off-white or lily pad is what it's called. I can see lily pads in that. Okay, so that is one yarn. And then I got actually some yarn. I already had one of this specific colorway actually. I got one of these, I want to say in the advent calendar from Rita, but I could have gotten it when she just cleared out some stuff. But I think I got it in the advent calendar. So I do have one in this same colorway. And she got a bunch of different other yarns. So she's like, I don't really like it. You can have it. And I already had one, so now I can make a larger project, which is fun. The yarn looks very inconsistent, crocheted up in non-granny square form. Well, I'm curious. Crafty Gypsy, hello! You love the color. You've made things with the color. Are we talking about this color? She got two different frills. One is a rainbow, very, very like sections of rainbow, not ombre rainbow. It's very, I think it's like diagonally striped rainbow color. And then the other one was a wood one. Oh, the granny one. Okay, yeah, the granny one is it's very pretty. 4 or 5 weight is best with 5.5. I get that. I'm just like, I don't really use that as much. But I'm gonna just get to try it a little bit. Her hooks, they look pretty awesome, to be honest. And they were lighter than I expected, which is good because I don't like too much weight. But one is resin and the other one's wood, so I definitely get that it's not as heavy as the one that has like the metallic parts or like metal head part, or yeah. So, and this is the color. Was it psychedelic? Yes. So now I have 4. I just need to find where I have the one I had from before. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but that's for a later problem, right? I did get, oh yeah, it was peaches and cream, and I got more. I got this very light pastel-y. It's getting a little washed out here. Fleur de lavande, I'm guessing like lavender flowers. Can we, yeah, I think if I just hide the light a bit, you can see some really fun pastel-y pink, yellow, purple, and blue, and some white. Really pretty color. I did make a top, the peekaboo top. I mean, I can't really call it a top. It's like a, almost like a bra, or yeah, it's for your boob coverage, but peekaboo top. And that took 2 of this size skeins, and I did it in the mint green solid peaches and cream I got. So I know that that takes 2. So I could make some more of those in this yarn. Sent me a pic of the yarn. Oh, the granny square yarn in corner to corner. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that because I have not seen that before. It doesn't leave much to the imagination. You mean the peekaboo top? Yeah, no. Therefore, I'm not going to show you. Well, I could show it what it looks like on the bench, but that's about it. But I could do a new one in these colors, possibly. We'll see. So I did get those. And she did ask me which of the yarns that spoke to me, and this is one of the ones that actually spoke to me, and she's like, yeah, no, you can have it. Because I don't know, this one was, it may not be my go-to colors, but it intrigues me. It looks like tweed speckled almost, with these little splotches of color, almost like tweedy bits. We have color, it only has a color number? No, Oasis. Also peaches and cream. Oasis. So we have this like beigey base color with like olive green, almost like a caramel, and some coffee bits. yeah, olive, did I say olive green? It does look very interesting. I really like this one. It just, because she's like, which ones are your favorite? I was like, yeah, that one. She's like, yeah, okay, you take it. Oh, she's just awesome. Her mom was sitting on her bed. Rita just took the whole package of yarn and just flipped it over her mom. So her mom was all covered in yarn. It was awesome. So we were sitting there. Rita was sitting on one side of the bed. I was sitting on the other side of the bed. Her mom was covered in yarn. It was cozy. The color would look so well with your eyes. Yeah, I'm just, it's very intriguing. This, it almost looked black, but it isn't. It's a dark, like coffee brown. And then, yeah, the caramel and some olivey. It's interesting. Yeah. So I want to play with this one. I'm probably going to find something to do with these sooner than some of the other ones, just because it's telling me that it wants to be made into something, like, as soon as possible. I just don't know what yet. And I have 4 skeins, different colors, in a yarn that I actually have some from before. I do have that exact colorway from before, Mandala Ombre color Mantra. I got this in my advent calendar, this specific color. So I did get that, but I also got a blue, which is Harmony, and then I got a gray called Cool, just grays and whites, really nice, and then a very minty greenish color called Sen. So I do have more of this color, and I just feel like I could definitely use all these colors together. So that means I have like 5 skeins to make something out of. And I have no idea. So it's 300 something yards, 315 meters. So that means I have 1,500, 1,600 yards almost, 1,600 meters-ish almost. So I could make something fairly big with this, right? Because these colors will work together. These, like, it's not the same green. And it's not really, well, I guess maybe some of the lighter shaded blue could be same as here, but they're close enough, right? You can definitely get away with this and have it be like close enough to work with them together, right? No problem. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to do something with these and add them to what I already had. I'm just thinking what to, well, we can talk about this. Okay, it's attached over there, but that's fine. And it's inside out because I'm sewing ends, but it's not finished yet. I decided to, well, I have, this is the yarn I've been using. I've been using Matilda, and this is yarn that Rita and her mom got from me at the Sew and Craft Fair last fall, before her mom got her stroke. We went to a craft fair. So this is 100% cotton, and they're like small little donuts. But I did get 3 colors. I did get these 3 colors. So I have this darker pink, lighter pink, and this chartreusey green almost. And I was like, I want to do something with this. It feels like fields of flower field or like a meadow or something. I'm just getting flowery vibes. And I decided to try and do just a square first. So I did this square. And I did a bunch of squares. So now I have a bunch of squares, like a lot of squares, but they are now attached together at the top. And then I made a larger square, which is a lot of bigger square. And I did another square that is now the back. And well, this is now like neckline type of part. These are front and back panels, and then I have for side paneling stripes. So I did just make stripes the same way, working from out of this square and out of that square together. Hello Jason, how are you doing? Good to see you. And then I have attached them here at the middle. So it doesn't fit perfectly or anything. I don't even know what I was doing with this, but it's supposed to be a top whenever it's finished. I did have some inspiration with someone making a lot of granny squares to make like a neckline. One big granny square from front, back, and one for each. Or was it two smaller? Yeah, like one smaller and then one smaller just to have the same height. But yeah. And then I need to make like a strap, like over the shoulder type of thing, because this is gonna lay down on my arm, like my upper arm. So this is not, yeah, it's like a straight type of, I don't even know. We'll see how it looks when it's finished, and I'll try it on. I have tried it on. I was like, maybe I should have made it not so wide on the sides, but it is what it is now. I have sewn in ends. I'm not gonna bother too much. It's just, I needed to work with the yarn, and the yarn is awesome. It's like, it's got a sheen to it. So I'm not sure if it's like mercerized or something. It's treated somehow. It feels like the same type of sheen you get with bamboo yarns, but this is just 100% cotton. So a lot of the green with some pops of pink, and then a lot of pink on the side. I figured that's, you know, an extra fun thing to have more of the color on the side. So I've been working on that. I have a new friend. Can I show you guys my new friend in a good way? I don't know, because my new friend has wheels and is standing next to me. Perhaps I can just, I don't know. Maybe I should just take some pictures and post it later. It's a mess now with all the stuff I just threw around. But I have, yeah, let's just take a picture. I think that's the easiest, because I don't know how to angle cameras around and whatnot. So, you go there. And then I go this way. Okay, can we see it? Maybe I need to get a little bit more light. So I have a little bit of a little wheelie wagon. My little wheelie wagon is from IKEA, because I get everything from IKEA. But it's blue. I think you guys might have seen this before, because it's pretty popular out there. It's been on my balcony. It's been in my kitchen. It's been next to my couch. And it rolls with me with whatever I need to bring with me most of the time. You know, leaving the house, I'm not taking that with me, but I can bring it everywhere in the house. I did have like an idea of getting one of those earlier. But it's just where I used to live. There, words. It was a 2-story building or a 2-story apartment, so I couldn't bring it upstairs, downstairs easy. It's just like nah, no. So I didn't get one at that point. But now I don't have that issue. I can just get it. Well, there's a little bit of a height difference between the rooms. The door frames are, there's a little bit of a, maybe lifting a little bit just over the door frames. But other than that, I can take it where I want to. Which is really handy. So, especially when I've been on the balcony. It's been awesome to sit on the balcony with that one. Just roll it out. I have everything with me. I can show you. I did get a bunch of these felted. I have them all up here from Hobby. There's like big, small trays. I have this little round one with all my stitch markers. Like I have all of these different trays, tray in a tray. And this one just fits perfectly on top. So I do have this one for just a scissor needle. The hook I'm using, here's some leftovers from where I've been cutting yarn ends and whatnot. A stitch marker, but this fits perfectly in there. And I could probably fit the other stuff in there too, because, well, it's a Hot Mess Express. This is what my bench looks like. But yeah, there's 3 round ones in this big one, and then there's a small, or one of them. Yep. I need to clean my desk again. Can you tell that I did that recently? Maybe not from what I just showed you. You usually don't get to see that. Oh, Andy has one too? Yeah, they're awesome. I really love that I finally got one. And where was I? Over here. So that is news in the yarn aisle over here, the yarn section. What else have I been up to? I have been up to so many other things. This summer I have been out and about, enjoying good weather, complaining about rain. Swedish summer as its finest. We do get rain, we do get some sun. It is warm now. I'm actually, for once, in my apartment sweating. You guys, you heard it here first. I'm sweating in my own apartment. I have 25 degrees in here today, which is a lot more than I've had in a long time. Or I don't know if I've ever had that, because my apartment is normally cold, but the temperature has been awesome. So it is warm outside, and the warm air is coming in. Just like the cold air is coming in during the winter, the warm air is also coming in. So it's warmer outside than inside still, though. And I can always go down in the basement if I need to cool off, so it's fine. But there's been some hanging out on the beach. There has been some swimming in pools. I have done some day trips with kids. A lot of ice creams. And I think the most traumatic thing for me... there's been a couple of traumatic things, but I think the most traumatic thing ever, and I'm sorry, I was helping out cleaning a backyard, and I was walking around with the trimmer, you know, one of those, like, you can trim the edges of lawns, or just like where your lawnmower can't really reach, right? And I was cleaning out next to like a walk path of stones or stepping stones, clearing out around them. And I was doing that, and there's like I walked back to where I had been already, and on one of the stepping stones was a dead frog. I killed it. I couldn't do any more of that. I was like, yeah, like, no, I'm gonna go trim some hedges or something now. I'm staying away from the lawn mowing and whatnot, because accidentally I took out a frog. I felt so bad. I was like, yeah, no, I don't like this. It was cute and tiny, and I, am I a terrible person? I hope not. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. Not at all. Oh well. What can I do? What can I say? It happened. Um but yeah, I was talking about like there was other traumatic things that has happened. I have stayed away from being sick for quite some time. Um So for I'm not gonna go into details, but I ended up in the ER about, is it 2.5 weeks ago or something? I'm fine. So I was just there for 4 hours, and then I'm back home again. But it was a trip to the ER in the middle of the night. It was a bit of just a lot that week. And then last week, I was like, am I going back again? I hope not. But almost. So I had one day where I had a bit of a too close encounter with a serrated bread knife. It hurt. It was fairly deep. It has already healed up now. But my thumb got a bit of, yeah, it wasn't fun. And I was bleeding. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'd rather not go to the ER again. I had mini-me at home, so I called her dad. I was like, I might have to go to the ER because I have cut myself in the thumb. So he swung by and he also took a look at it, and then, worst case scenario, he would have driven me down there and entertained her while I had my thumb at that point checked out. Didn't need to. Didn't have to, Same night. At like, I want to say 1 o'clock at night, Mini-Me wakes up screaming. I was like, what's going on now? And she's like, I'm bleeding. She had a nosebleed from, I don't even know where. Like, she's had nosebleeds in the past. Nothing really odd about that. But this time, it just kept coming. It didn't stop. And it was like, it took a long time. So we have like a non-emergency number where we can call and pretty much talk to a nurse about guidance or, what could we do? And if needed, they'd be like, oh, just call an ambulance. It's sometimes you just need to talk to a nurse, right? You don't really need to see anyone. So I called them. I was like, she's been bleeding for like 25 minutes, but at that point, because I had to wait for a little bit in line on the phone, so it did kind of not stop bleeding, but it wasn't as much anymore. Like, it was a bloodbath. My living room floor, my hallway floor, my bathroom floor, it looked like I don't know, it was bad. But I took care of that, and it stopped bleeding. I didn't have to go to the emergency room. We're going to get her checked up because it is something that has happened multiple times with nosebleed. I guess it's the thing for her. So some kids have frequent ear infections, and they might have to do something about her nosebleeds. I think it's also like she's there scratching, hunting for treasure or something, which isn't really helpful. But it's fine. So I almost ended up twice in the emergency room in the same day for different reasons. And that was last week. And oh, this weekend. You know, I'm gonna save this story time for another day because it's gonna take me like quite some to go through that. But I ended up waking up Monday morning, or I should say almost even Sunday night, with a double-sided ear infection. So both my ears have been quite painful this week, and I can barely hear anything on one ear, and the other ear is off and on. Right now it's more of an itch in both ears, and just I can't really hear as good. But kind of feels like I'm yelling most of the time. You know, when you can't really hear yourself, like when you got water in your ear and you can't get it out, it's like muffled and painful and whatnot. So I had a high fever, went to the doctor, got some meds. Yeah, so it's crazy. Yeah, sometimes you just need the advice as to whether or not to go to the ER. It can be the difference between a few bucks to thousands of dollars. ER visits are insanely expensive. Yeah, my ER visit, I don't know exactly the exchange rates right now, but it's gonna cost me $26. It did cost me $26 to go to the doctor when I went to the ER, and then my regular doctor's appointment. Well, I have some visits occasionally with doctors for different prescriptions and whatnot, but we have a maximum whatever we can pay for a year. So this doctor's appointment this Monday actually didn't cost me anything because I've been to the doctor X amount of times and paid X amount of these $26 fees. So from the first time I went to the doctor in this period, I don't know exactly when that is. I think it's somewhere, last maybe December. So from December and until I get to the limit of, I want to say it's like $150 in total that I racked that up. Then it's free until I get back to the date where I started the 12-month period. So I have a couple of months now that doesn't cost anything at all if I have to go to the doctor. So that's nice. But yeah, in a 12-month period from whenever the first visit is, then it's so you can have a lot of visits in a short time and get to that limit fast, or you never reach it if you never go to the doctor. But it's the same for everyone, which I think is very handy if you need to go to the doctor a lot. It doesn't get that expensive. So yeah, how is your guys' plans for today and whatnot? I am just gonna sit here for a little bit. I probably, I don't know, another half an hour or something, because I have more stuff to do. This was just the first little opportunity, I guess, a few minutes of breathing space and me time. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and hang out, catch up a little bit, and yeah, I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna be able to stream I think there's going to be more opportunity next week. Or the possibility of more opportunities are there. Depends on weather and stuff, but I really miss you guys while I've been gone. I've been gone for too long. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to hang out, so therefore I didn't, unfortunately. 4 months ago, you slipped on the stairs, landing on your back, went to the ER for imaging. 17,000. 17,000 for imaging at the ER. But your insurance covered most and you ended up paying 200. Yeah, like 200 isn't even, as I said, I think it's about like 1,500 or 150 for the total I would have to pay in a year. 150 before I reach that limit of getting the rest of the year free. Because the rest is covered by taxes, as in it's already been paid. That's insane. Like, does it cost that much, to be honest? I don't think that it costs that much. Like, if wow. Like, the machine itself would pay itself off in, like, what? 3 weeks or something with those prices? Because you can get quite a lot of x-rays done in a day. Or even like in a 24-hour period, because if you've got an emergency department, you're open 24/7. So if you charge every patient that goes through the x-rays that much, I think you paid for the machine in a week. That's crazy. Very crazy. The CT was 9,000 and the MRI was 8. Insane. I'm so not jealous. Perfectly fine with the healthcare system here when I hear stuff like that. I might have to wait for a bit to get help. But it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg in the process, you know? So the weather today is really awesome. I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the sun for a bit here soon. Probably should dance around a little bit with the vacuum, but that's done in a jiffy, right? A little bit of cleaning, hanging out in the sun, maybe go for an ice cream. And I'm gonna get to entertain a mini-me. She's gonna keep me busy again. Oh, my ear is itching. It's probably gonna keep doing that for quite some time. I'm like halfway through the round of eardrops I got. I need to entertain myself with those like 3 times a day. But they do seem to help. So I am curious too, why does it feel like this? Let's go check. So I have actually 2 streams going at the same time like I normally do. One on the horizontal and one vertical, because that's what I've been doing, because it's been handy and whatnot. But it does feel like the chats are not working as they should. Or is it just me? Okay, that worked. It's fine. You hung out with Andy on the front deck and enjoyed the cool evening. It was hot yesterday. Ooh, you're gonna get some more ink today? That is fun. I have been thinking about that for some time. I have a tattoo that I need to get done. I just don't know what to do. Like I have Big Kid's name. I don't have Mini-Me's name. I need to figure something out. It's not gonna happen overnight or anything. It's just, I don't know. I don't even have ideas. I just know that I need to get it done at some point. Andy did get a cute that little birdie. I don't know the name of the birdie, but it's a cute birdie. The chat's a little funky. Yep. It seems to be doing that from time to time. I've seen more and more issues. There was a crazy delay a few streams ago. I don't know what was going on, but there was a lot of people who had issues with delay that time. But it was like, it felt like I've never had that big of a delay before. So I was like, it feels broken. And I do prefer to have like as little delay as possible, just because it feels like I interact more when there's less delay. You know, it's more of a flowing conversation in a way. So I don't like delays. You had the YouTube lag yesterday. Yeah, it's been weird things off and on. I think it's fine today though. It doesn't feel like the lag is the issue. Oh, one too many. I don't remember exactly. I want to say this is a Stanley cotton cake. It's a Stanley cake, but I want to say it's a Stanley cotton cake. And pattern, something I found on Pinterest, I think. A diagram on Pinterest. It's turning out pretty though. Like this side is, you have these shells and some stripes, but on the other side, which I would say this is the front side, we have these ridges because there's post stitches. So you make front post stitches on this side and you get these little ridges on the other side. So I did start this one on a bus, going to a boat, and then I worked on it on the boat and on the way home in the bus again. I took a day trip with Mini-Me and her dad. It was the first time she's been on a big boat. It was a kind of a ferry boat that goes between Sweden and Åland, which is a group of islands in the middle of the Baltic Sea that is a part of Finland, but they're like their own little, I don't know what it's called. Is it like autonomous something? Like they have their own little like government situation. Like they're taking care of their own business, but they're still a part of Finland, if that makes sense. And yeah, you can take the ferry over to spend time there. There's a lot of people that have summer houses there. It's a cute little place to be. Or you just do like we did, take the boat back and forth and do some tax-free shopping, because that's one of the perks of going on the ferry boats. We got tax-free shopping. Thanks for the reminder, Jason, to hit the like button. Really appreciate it. So yeah, a little bit of tax-free shopping, some candy, and just having her on the boat, because she'd never been on a big boat like that. The excitement, you know, she's 5. She's never been on a big boat that can have cars and trucks and motorcycles in it, seeing all of that loaded in. And then, I don't know, there's like a bunch of restaurants, the tax-free shop. It's kind of big. Only downside that day was a bit windy. So the sea wasn't as calm as it could have been. And there was a little bit of nausea going on. Like Mini-Me is normally car sick, and she was not feeling great at the end of the bus trip, because that's a 2-hour bus trip and it just gets worse and worse the closer we get to the ferry. The last part is just like through the woods and winding roads, the beginning is, you know, big roads, but then you get smaller and smaller. And so she was not feeling great when we left the bus. And then the ferry with a little bit of a rocky motion. Could have been better, but there, you know, there you have a kids play area. And she got to pick her own candy. She got a treasure, yeah, it's like a treasure box full of candy. Looks like a pirate's treasure chest. So she was really happy about that. She has kept it. It's kind of like a piggy bank as well as a candy treasure chest. So she can keep that and play with it. It has a fancy little lock, and she even have a coin in it now, so she's even more happy. You don't go on cruises? Don't know about ocean sickness, and with your luck you'd be stuck for a week. Well, these ones, like, this is just a day trip. Honestly, like yeah, the boat isn't that big, but they leave multiple times a day. So there's 2 boats actually going back and forth on this particular route. So it's 2 hours in the bus, and then the passover one way with the boat takes 2 hours, and then 2 hours back, and then 2 hours by bus. So totally it took 8 hours. A little bit of waiting time, you know, before the bus departs and whatnot, but like in total, pretty much just 2 hours, 4 hours bus, 4 hours boat, which is definitely, you know, doable. If you're going on a cruise ship that's a long one, yeah, I can imagine the boats being a lot bigger. These boats are not big, like some other boats. We have some larger boats here that goes between Sweden and Finland. They also pass through Åland Islands, but they also go over like to the mainland Finland. There's a couple of different routes, and I want to say you can go back and forth to one of those harbors and do pretty much the same thing we did, but with overnight. So you could go to Åbo. I want to say that's like a 24-hour back and forth, and then you can go to Helsinki, which is the capital of Finland, and that trip is like 36 hours back and forth, but then you get 2 nights on the boat, as well as like the day in Helsinki exploring. So you get like 4 or 5 hours or something walking around in the city, and then you go back, so you have like 2 nights on the boat or something. I don't know exactly. So yeah, that's a good way to figure out if you got ocean sickness. I can go to like Tallinn or Riga, which is Latvia and Estonia as well from here. I've done that once. I went to Estonia, I think. Yeah. It was fun. That is a longer trip though. It's like 48 hours or something. And all of these bows has one thing in common: tax-free shopping and drunk people at the bar. You went on a Rhine River cruise when you were in Germany, just a day, but you forgot to see all the castles. So there's a lot of castles along that road, or river. Road. You're on a boat. You're not on the road. Silly. Four or 5 castles. That's nice. So I think I'm running out of time, unfortunately. It is time for me to deal with some other stuff. Entertain me and yeah. It's been awesome to hang out, as always. It's always awesome to hang out. So I am just happy that I got this opportunity to just, you know, catch up a little bit, show you guys some yarn. Rita and her mom are awesome. I don't know if Rita took any pictures of her mom all covered in yarn. If she did, I bet that's going to be a part of something she puts up soon on her channel. I know she wanted to make a little bit of a haul video, but we didn't record anything like she did when we opened the big box that arrived a few weeks ago when I went to her place and came home with some yarn from her. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. Yeah, they're awesome. So I wasn't expecting to come home with a lot of yarn. I never expect that. Like, I knew she had gotten me the yarn, the Hobie yarn, so that I can make my lava poncho bigger. That's what I was expecting. This is, you know, I knew I was coming home with that, and that's it. But no, I came home with more than that. But yeah, awesome as always. Love you guys. Hope to see you guys soon. I've really missed you. We need to talk again soon. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and just enjoy the weather when it's there for you, because Sweden, summer, it rains quite a lot. Bye bye. Love you.